Matt Heaton here.
Welcome to the VGS. Salut Arthur, ciao Marco, and Jeanette, our European friends, were first in the house. Prems, I'm so glad you're here.
That's because they're in the future.
That's right, you are. And here we are in our home in Medford, Massachusetts. Excited.
Welcome back, Shannon.
Thank you. And very excited to play some mid-tempo tunes with you and with all of us here. A special welcome to Kevin in Austin. It was great to see you in Arizona or in New Mexico last week. And to Margie, hi to you, and to Doug in Minneapolis, well represented. The Twin Cities are well represented. Dawn in Fort Collins, also great to see you a couple of weeks ago in Colorado, and that you played the Humours at Glendart yesterday. That's what we're going to start with, friends. Julie and John down the road. Good to see you, friends. Mike in Portland, Oregon. Aaron in Arizona. It was wonderful to see you in New Mexico as well. That was really lovely. Portal Irish Music Week. Always a pleasure and a privilege to get a chance to play some music with all of us there. Brian in Santa Cruz. Hello and welcome back to you. Karen in the Mojave Desert. You made it to the VGS and you're winding your way home. So safe journey to you. Jocelyn in Pittsburgh, welcome back. Wonderful to have you. And Mary in Eugene. How wonderful that we're here today. Maria in the UK, Ted in Ottawa, and to Julie in East Tennessee. Hello, and we're really thinking about our North Carolina and our Florida friends. Boy, you've been hit really hard with this storm, and please be very, very well. Hope you have water and food and power soon. And we're thinking of you. And Kevin also in Ottawa, hi, and Allison in Rhode Island. And everybody's giving a shout out to Maggie Smith, that wonderful English actress, wonderful legacy of hers. Donna in Dearborn, I'm so glad you're here. Peter in San Diego, and Marge in Ontario, hi and welcome. Wes and Julie in Frederick, and to Danny in Venezuela. I'm so excited you're joining us in South America. You're very, very welcome here. Margot, hi in Chicago, and Anya in Slovakia. Welcome back. Wonderful. Em, hello to you. And to Pam in Cambridge, to Carrie in Florida. Again, glad that you are safe, my friend. Stephen in South Africa. Wonderful to have you joining us again. And oh man, I can almost read it. I'm working on my Japanese here. If you can write it out, maybe in Romanji, be helpful for me. Kan-san. And to Elizabeth in Wayland, hello and welcome to you. To Pat in Ohio, welcome everybody. We're going to start off with the Humours of Glendart, and it's in D, and it goes like this. 1, 2, here we go. And idea, Peter, to tag on the Rambling Pitchfork, but then it wouldn't be a warm-up jig, would it? It would be a warm-up jig set. So, there we go. There we go. Some little comfort, some little convention that we have. Playing one jig to warm up here at the virtual guided session.
That's what we do.
Hélène, hello in France. I'm so glad you're joining us. And Jennifer in Ypsilanti. Hello, Michigan is well represented. Ray in Albany, welcome back. Wonderful to have you. Loic, welcome back to you in France as well. And Em, I'm glad you like my jacket. It's got some, I got it at a secondhand store, but it's Korean.
Yeah.
It's a Korean make. I love it.
It preempted my shirt.
It did. Matt had stripes, almost exactly the same. We almost went for it, and then we were like, that's a little distracting. Thank you for taking one for the team.
Anytime.
So I could wear my Korean jacket.
It's a good looking jacket.
And to Valeria in Argentina. Hello to you, my friend. Glad you're here. We're going to carry on with some reels. The Bird in the Bush and Toss the Feathers. Two great classics. Bird in the Bush in G. Ooh, not in tune. Not in tune. Better in tune. Into. All right. And welcome to you, Susan in Maine. Glad you're joining us again. So 1, 2, Bird in the Bush. Hey!
Hey!
Lovely to play with you again, Matt.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while.
So I've been away for almost 3 weeks. It was a beautiful trip by myself to all over Utah and Colorado and New Mexico. I had a great time at the Portal Irish Music Week with lots of us here, and really lovely concerts all throughout Utah and Colorado. Thank you so much to everybody who showed up. And, while I was sharing my solo concert sets of music, that was what was going on in my ear. I'm hearing like Matt Heaton playing, and I'm also just in the same way that when the virtual guided session gets together, I really am. I know these people, know a lot of you in person. I've played music with you sort of recently out there in those mountainy states, and I can hear you playing as we're playing together. It really happens that way, that we're never just playing by ourselves with this Irish music, right? There's so much bundled into the tunes, and then every time I get a chance to play it with different people, the narrative of each tune expands. So it's cool. It might sound like just two people are playing, but I'm hearing loads.
Yeah.
And I've got another trip coming up. Tell you more about that later. First, let's play some tunes. What do you want? The Jigs?
Let's play some Jigs. Let's play The Geese in the Bog.
Love it. I played that with people.
Right? C. One of those rare ones. It's like it's in C and it's easy. Easy. Like it's not. There's nothing technically weird about it. It's a nice handy tune.
Nice.
Then we'll go into the Haunted House because it's almost October, and then we will go into the Collier's Jig. There is also a Collier's Reel floating around, but I don't think we're doing that.
Okay,
Jigs. That would be too fancy. Are you gonna hit return on that?
Oh, I am. I am. Good. Yeah.
Good job.
Okay. Oh, and Grania, welcome back. Nice to have you joining us, and Carrie. Hope the dinner comes out properly. And Johnny in LA, welcome to you. Woohoo! And yes, I think I gave you a shout out, Jennifer, but we're happy to have everybody. And Lavinia, welcome to you. It's Old Home Week. Here we go. One. Ready. Go. going to see who would ring longer.
Oh, well, you know.
I won. But only
By
because you
default,
stopped.
by default,
Only because
yeah.
you stopped. That thing just rings and
It
rings.
does. It really.
And it's lovely.
lovely.
And all of us are sounding good, loving this. It's always a treat to get a chance to play some tunes with all of ye at the virtual guided session. Really, really excited to have all the birds joining us as well. Julie, all the birds have flown to the nearby tree to listen. How sweet.
Aww.
And Simone, I'm glad that you're joining us and that you're having a good day in Maine. Really happy to hear that. Betsy in Framingham, I'm so happy you're here. Michael, thanks for stopping by, neighbor. Wonderful to have you here. And also Bob, nice to have you joining us from Wisconsin. Wonderful, wonderful. And Elizabeth has the goldfinches in her neighborhood, so we have a really lively crew indeed. Petter in Norway, or in Germany maybe you are right now. Yeah, I know you go back and forth. Wonderful to have you joining us. And Pam in Maine, wonderful that you're here. And what is next, Matt Heaton?
It's time for the Hornpipes.
Hey, how about doing the forthcoming tune of the month? It comes out in a couple days. We recorded a tutorial for
The Rights of Man. Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah. And
Into
the Wicklow.
Let's do it. Into yeah? A 1, 2, here we go, everyone. Listen to that Davy Stewart
Yeah.
bouzouki ring and ring and ring. And the beauty of the bouzouki rings and rings and rings. And yes, Petter, the beauty of Cyril's beautiful music will ring always. What a wonderful light he was. What a wonderful gift to all the musicians in Clare and to all of us everywhere else. What a beautiful musician he was in person. What an interesting little bird. Big loss there. And speaking of bouzouki, and speaking of bringing people together and celebrating the beauty of the bouzouki, you're going to be in Texas.
I will be leaving town in a few weeks myself, going to the O'Flaherty retreat in Texas at the end of the month. Anybody coming? I'll be teaching bouzouki. There's quite a lineup. The thing that I find that it's really spectacular about the lineup is 3 of my favorite banjo players are going to be there, but only 2 of them are only one of them's teaching banjo.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I know. It is. It is
It's
amazing.
impressive, right?
It is impressive. Who are they? John Carney? Will he be there?
He'll be there.
Oh,
and
nice.
Seamus Egan.
Oh, wonderful.
And Angelina,
wonderful.
who's actually going to be teaching banjo.
Wonderful. France, in Ottawa, nice to see you again. A number of folks who are here today we got to see in person over the summer, so thanks for stopping by the VGS. We're going to continue with some reels now together. Come West Along the Road.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
As well as
The Hunter's Purse.
And the Mother and Child.
Mother and
So
Child.
we've got first, second. Love that last tune. I'll be playing that in my solo sets too as I travel around the Mid-Atlantic. Can't wait for those. So here we go, and dum do 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 dum. G first.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. pardon me for having a little gaffe there. I was distracted thinking of two things. One is that those single reels,
Yes.
the first and the third tunes are single reels. You can play them so many times around.
You can.
It's so inspiring to like just kind of get in there and play them and play them and play them. They're shorter, so you can play them many times around. So we don't have to always play 3 times through a tune. And we certainly don't always have to put 3 tunes together.
No.
There's room for all of it. And
Yes.
boy, with those single reels, there's a lot of room. I was thinking of that. And also Arthur's good comment of like, hey, seems like Come West Along the Road looks to be in D. Of course, you're thoughtful and you're thinking the Come West Along the Road starts on a D note. And I was thinking all the tunes in this set start on a note that is not actually the ultimate tonic. So takes a while for that Come West Along the Road to settle on the note of G. Even though a G chord is spelled out very clearly from the beginning, if you're just playing the melody, if you're playing the melody and not maybe thinking about the chordal implications, or if you're new to thinking about the chordal life, you might not necessarily pick up on that is a G chord until we get to dum da da. Come West is in G, whereas the Hunter's Purse it takes quite a while to settle on that A. E, A really spells out that A chord. But there's a lot of G chords in there as well, as you'll find in the A Dorian mode. So makes sense that Hunter's Purse, what's that in? That's an A minor. And then our final one starts on an A, but it's in D. And then the second part modulates up to the 5, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. So, not ridiculous that you would be a little perplexed there, Arthur, and thanks for bringing that up. I'm sure you're not alone. And Berta, thanks for also piping in on, nope, it's in G. Come West Along the Road in G. Or spells out a G chord. This is melodic music. The chords are being spelled out by the melody alone, really. And it's just bonus that you're here to help paint that picture.
Right. Yes.
What's next, Heaton?
Well, are we going to do the offertory? Is it time?
Let's do polkas and then the
Polkas?
offertory.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's polka time! Everyone's favorite time. We're gonna play some polkas. We are going to play O'Callahan's, and then the Ballydesmond, the A minor one, and then, I don't know, they have numbers, I don't know which numbers.
They're all A minor ones.
Oh, great.
I think it's the first one.
okay.
I think it's the first one. I wrote it down.
Did you?
And it is not there.
Not
no,
there.
it's not
No,
there.
it's not
Not
there.
there. Didn't I
And
write it down?
you did, I'm sure you
I
did.
wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere. And then we're going to play the one that goes after it. It says number 1, question mark, and
yes,
number 2.
it said number 1. Number 1.
It says that, oh, okay, I see what you're
No, it's
done.
number 1. It's number
Okay.
1. I wrote
All
down
right.
number
All right.
1. Right
Okay.
there. It says number 1.
Yeah. If you look at this piece of paper, it actually says number 1, number 2, number 3, with lots of things scribbled out next to
With
each
question
number
marks.
and question
So
marks.
first is into.
What's that third one called?
Tripping to the well.
Okay.
Oops, I didn't press return.
No, you're not good at that anymore. Something's got to
All right.
Something's got to give, and hitting return is clearly the thing.
I also do like Arthur. Your English is lovely, and thank you for meeting us in English. And thanks for a lot of you meeting us in your second, third, or fourth language here in English. It's very impressive and inspiring. I cannot say this to you back in French very well. My ears are a bit rusted is actually a wonderful way to say it. I think rusty.
Yeah,
rusty,
we would say rusty.
But I like the idea of rusted.
Yeah,
because that's
rusted's
kind of
good.
more like how it feels.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So, some polkas. The first one's in G and has this really cool thing in the second part where it goes to C.
And the second part is twice as long as the first.
Yeah, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Down, here we go. do.
Yeah.
I think that's the coolest one. And Petter, you're right. They often work. 1, 2, 3. Into the. Into the. Think, is that the right order? Is that the often order? I believe that's 1, 2, 3. I think it's awfully nice to break up the standard sets, though. You know, the Tar Bolton, the Longford Collector, and the Sailor's Bonnet. Years ago, a bunch of Boston musicians went down to the Catskills, and what did they do?
They had T-shirts that said "Free the Tar Bolton 3."
Don't always have to play them together in that order. I love it. And that said, there's a time and a place for a well-worn set.
Oh, yeah.
The copper plates together. And
Well,
the old Tar Bolton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, half of it is because, you know, if it's really a standard set, it probably has stood the test of time because it works, like, musically. But then the other thing is it saves you having to think of 2 other tunes. You know, you got
Because what a hardship that is.
It is sometimes.
Life is hard.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is.
Steve, you made it. Welcome. I'm glad you snuck in from Scotland in time for our offertory. That's what
right.
we are doing next.
Yes, we are going to. If you are, I don't know if anyone's really joining us for the first time, but if you are, we do a little pass the hat portion of the session. Where if you would like to contribute to the health and well-being of the stream, you may do so via the PayPal or Venmo links.
And this time around, it's 2 jigs.
Yeah.
One I wrote for the dear Olwell family called The Foot of the Hill.
The Olwell family who
makes
Shannon's flute.
beautiful
Yeah,
flutes.
right?
Made my flutes. And then we will go finish with a VGS beloved
Mainstay.
tune. Mainstay, Jared the Rigger, if you'd like to join us for that one. The second jig is a lovely old one from the old Canon James Goodman collection from the middle 1800s, which has a lot of hornpipes. Boy, there are a lot of hornpipes in there. Everything seemed to have started out as an air and then kind of turned into a hornpipe. And from there it went into the jig or the real territory, oftentimes. Yeah. But anyway, it's called the Pooka for October, right? The Pooka, the little sprite, sometimes helpful, sometimes mischievous. So we want to tread carefully. We'll play the Pooka as well as we can for all the spirits out there. And I'm pretty sure Shannon wanted to do this set because the key changes are strange. So glorious. Yeah. So. From C major to F major to A major. Yeah. As you do. That's why this is the one offertory and not necessarily the play along. Yeah. 1, 2, 1. change
Nice one.
into
Nice
the
one.
third tune. There was a fire change. Hello, anybody like that change?
I like that change. I like that.
Let's do that change.
Oh,
again.
okay.
Because just
in case
to
you
be-
missed it.
to be amused with the relationships of key signatures, right? So if we had. Oh, exciting. Very, very exciting.
Yep.
All right.
Meter change too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I guess it kind of, on the replay there, wasn't as exciting because I wanted to just show the chords, really. I didn't
Yeah, well,
wanna-
you got context. And everything.
Yeah, context.
But anyway, thank you, Shannon. That was delightful.
It was delightful. Enjoyed that.
The guitar is in standard tuning. Yeah, it is.
Yes. Many people
Sometimes
think that
it's
you
not.
play in Dadgad, which you do sometimes.
I do sometimes, which might lead them to that impression.
But standard is your go-to. And
yeah.
often when you are playing in standard,
Yeah.
you get lots of cool voicings and you get lots of ringy things. And so people assume that that's Dadgad when in fact it's just the left hand being creative.
Yes, I do go out of my way to make it sound kind of open and ringy. So that is.
But without being hampered by Dadgad, which doesn't allow for...
all the tunings, they're all God's children, and they all do some things well and some things not so well. And you just got to decide which battles you're gonna fight. So,
Exactly. And speaking of not
Fighting
fighting
a battle,
battles
okay.
and just coming together
Yes.
in peace and harmony.
Okay, good.
Jaden, it's been a long time. Loved hearing your recent post on the Facebook page, on the Virtual Guided Session Facebook group.
Again,
That was lovely.
if you're joining this thing, we talk a lot, assuming everyone knows what we're talking about, but there is a virtual guided session Facebook group, and if you would like to join it, you may do so, but be sure to answer the membership questions.
And also, it's a great place to share a practice video of something that you're working on, just a little bit of accountability,
Yep.
keep us all going,
Yep.
all of us. Takes a village. And it takes a village to play reels. We're going to play the Earl's Chair, which we could think of in D, even though it doesn't start on D.
Right.
And the red-haired boy, which we can think of as a reel, which I always think of as a reel, and it's true. Somebody recently pointed out, because I made a video of the red-haired boy,
Yeah.
isn't it a hornpipe? It is. It is. It is very well documented as a hornpipe. And like many of these tunes, they really started out usually as airs. Oftentimes it's hornpipes. As people traveled around on those ships, there are a lot of hornpipes. And they did kind of get well-traveled and played in different ways. The Red-Haired Boy being one of the classics of like really spending a lot of time over on this side of the pond. And as more and more American practitioners found their way around this tune, I think it got a little bit more squared off. I've always thought of it as a reel. I've always played it as a reel.
Yeah.
And it's true. It does have a lot of hornpipe DNA in there.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Never
So-
thought of it.
And then aiming for a similar rhythmic feel. So, here we go. Dum dee la do 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 1, 2. exciting times. And Jaden, very excited to get the old hup emoji. It's been
Yeah.
a while.
Or
Yay.
was that a double joke for old time's sake? Because they play that in old time music.
So, back to that, we're all God's children with all the tunings.
Oh, yeah.
All the
Yeah,
tunings
yeah.
can be beautiful.
Sure.
But the way we do the tunings
Yeah.
matters.
Well,
Sometimes Dad Gad can be the pits of the world if it's just a really limited scope. And all tunes, well, almost all tunes, can be beautiful depending on how we play them.
Yeah.
Depending on how we play them. They're all God's children, depending on how we play them. We're all God's children
Oh, man.
until we're just mean and nasty, and then suddenly we need to rethink the approach. So I will say, something like the red-haired boy.
Mm-hmm.
Something like the red-haired
Yes.
boy. I have heard it played in a way that is less resonant
Uh-huh.
and less fun for us Irish musicians. Can be a little heavy-handed,
Mhm,
a little corny.
Yeah.
But I think there's still some beauty in that
There's
tune.
something
I
in
think
there.
there's something
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
And I find that it's easiest to inhabit the beautiful parts of the red-haired boy
Mhm.
when I'm thinking of it more like a reel, I guess.
Yeah.
I have to say the hornpipiness
Mhm.
brings out some of the cornball aspects of the tune in a way that for me is not as wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
But like you say, we are all God's children.
Is it totally a judgment-free zone? I don't know. But
no, it's ideas. It's good to have ideas and to build your aesthetic, and it's not to say that it's fixed, right? We could always adjust our
So
ideas.
we got time for.
We're gonna play some jigs, friends. We're gonna play just one jig. We're gonna play Sliabh Russell because that
Great.
is the tune of the month from September. Da, da, do, da, da,
It is
da.
September.
That's right. It is. Oops, I was going to play that whole set, which I just posted. But we're not going to play the whole set today.
Are we not? Okay.
Are we?
Sure, we can go.
I can go for
We
it.
just want to do a ton.
All right. But Lark in the Morning is long. Just do it.
Just do it.
All right. La la do 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 do. 1, 2, not too slow. No, I wasn't right. I started playing the second part instead of the fourth part, but it starts similarly.
It worked out okay.
It did work out okay. And that was a joy. That was so much fun. This is so much fun. Friends, we are going to be meeting again on October 19th, on November 16th, and December 21st to close out the year.
Those are all the third Saturday of each month.
That's right. Looking forward to it. And if you like, join us at 11 a.m. before on Zoom. You got to email me for the link. But those same days, we're going to do our Zoom tunes, and I'm really looking forward to that as well. I love those. So we're going to finish off with some Andros for old time's sake, and I will thank you all for being here. Dankjewel, gramagat, tapalat, merci beaucoup for joining us here at the virtual guided session. Trugare, arigato gozaimasu. Next time around, maybe I'll be able to read names even better as I work on my Japanese. Muchas gracias. Dziękuję. Dankeschön. Mille grazie. Mgoi. Xie Hvala vam. Toda. Tusen tak. Kamsahamnida. Efharisto for being here for one another. Hvala vam. Eskerikasko. Dhanyavad. Gidos for celebrating these beautiful tunes with us Heatons at the virtual guided session. Natenda. Shukran. Miigwech. Yutba. Spasiba. Ahehe. Salamat. Tarimakashi. Dioch. Kusanem. Muito obrigada. Gam-un, khop-kun naka, khop-sai lai-de. Thank you so much for spending a bit of your Saturday with us. Wishing you very, very well. And if you're tuning in later, hello to you as well. And thank you so much. Did I post that we're doing the Andro? I did not. This is beautiful. What key, Matt? B minor.
B minor.
Beautiful B minor. Friends, you next week, starting with Carlisle, Pennsylvania. I'll be sending a note out to the email list of the concert dates and seeing Matt at the Offertory retreat. But first, the Andro with all of us. Next time, farewell to Wally Range for you, Arthur. Betsy, thanks for joining us, my friend. And all, be very, very well. And the plants will continue to thrive. Elizabeth gave us 2 of these beautiful plants, and now they're enormous and so them. Happy. You watered them.
I watered them.
And this community has fed them for years with this great music together. So thanks, everyone. Be
Take care.
Well, take care.